It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like AP better.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Well, welcome to Shoshoni High School. This is the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn and Suites. I'm Cody Beers, joined by Sean O'Bray today, and we're ready for the 1A 9-man state semifinals today. Yeah, that's better. We are at Shoshoni High School, and Wind River taking on Shoshoni in part 2 of this Fremont County rivalry for 2022. The Shoshoni Wranglers would win 25-14 back on October 13th in Pavillion. Since then, Shoshoni, they're still on a winning streak. Wind River would come out, lose to Rocky Mountain the week after Shoshoni, and then would go to Southeast last week as the number 3 seed out of the West, and they would knock off Southeast in that first round playoff game 46-38. Today, Wind River and Shoshoni playing for a trip to the 1A 9-man state championship game next Saturday at 1 o'clock at War Memorial Stadium in Laramie. Cody Beers and Sean O'Bray here in the pregame show, and Shoshoni comes into this game 8-1, Sean. Wind River at 7-2. They had the epic battle in Pavillion, and today, part 2, with this series tied all time, 29-29, and a trip to the state championship on the line.
Yeah, some storylines, they just write themselves. The tie between these teams and then the bad blood over the last year marks a year-long date here that Shoshoni ran off the Cougars on their way to the state championship, and they have a chance to do the same. I mean, this just feels like an old football movie, something that you read about, and this is going to be a good game. I cannot wait to see what these two teams bring to the table today.
Wind River comes in missing J.C. Herbert. He's out for the season. Quarterback Chris Burke is out for the season, but the rest of the way, Wind River is healthy. They're ready to go. On the other side, Shoshoni is healthy. They're ready to go. It's going to be fun. We're not moving for you.
Okay. Well, hey,
we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back. This is the pregame show, and you know we set up for the playoffs, and you're late, so we'll be back after a break. This is Shoshoni and Wind River football on KWYW 99.1 FM. We'll be back to break down this matchup on 99.1.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshoni. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn and Suites. And today the Shoshoni Wranglers host the Wind River Cougars for a berth in the 2A state championship game out of the west part of the state. They will meet Pine Bluffs, who beat Rocky Mountain yesterday. It was a thriller down in Pine Bluffs, and that final score was 35-32. And we're proud to be here today at Shoshoni High School covering the Wranglers for, 6 games this year. This will be game number 6. And we've brought you the Fremont County Game of the Week all season, and we are the home of the Fremont County Game of the Week. This 1A 9-man football game between Shoshoni, 8-1 overall. They finished 6-0 in conference play. Wind River finished 7-2 overall and 5-2 in conference play. These teams played back on October 13th. It was a 25-14 win for Shoshoni at Pavillion. But since then, and in that game, J.C. Herbert was lost for the season, and quarterback Chris Burke also lost for the season. So today we'll see what kind of wrinkles Coach Rod Frederick and the Cougars bring at the Shoshoni Wranglers. Shoshoni, well, they'll just line it up. They'll run at you. They'll pass a little bit, and they'll try to balance their offense as much as possible. But they are a run-first offense all year long.
Yes, they are.
Pine Bluffs beat Shoshoni 34-26, first game of the year. Since then, Shoshoni has reeled off wins against Grable, Cheyenne East JV, Rocky Mountain, Riverside, Big Piney, Wind River, Natrona Sophomores, and Lusk last week in the state quarterfinals. That game last week, a 53-12 win by Shoshoni in the state quarterfinals. In that game, Shoshoni would rush for 36 times for 393 yards. They would complete 4 out of 7 passes for 68 yards in the ball game. Sean, that was an indication that Shoshoni's got things rolling here as we head in to this state semifinal game.
Oh, definitely. And there's always one thing that coaches love, and that's when they go into the postseason on a hot streak, whether it's with wins or whether it's with the talent on the field or the play that they've been producing. But every single team, whether it's basketball, soccer, football, doesn't matter. They want to enter the postseason on a hot streak, and that is exactly what Shoshoni has done, beating Wind River and beating the teams that they have in the last couple weeks. They are fully prepared to make this run continue into Laramie. And as far as Wind River goes, they lost 2 games in a row entering the postseason, but last week, off the back of Cooper Frederick, like you said earlier, with the 550 rushing yards, they might have a little momentum going their way too, even without Burke, even without Herbert. They're going to be missing those 2 guys for sure, but they've had 2 or 3 weeks to practice without them, and I think their offense is a new age offense for this team that they've had to work on the fly, and it's working right now.
Shoshoni comes into this game individually with Peyton Trumpler leading the way. He's averaging 196 yards rushing per game, 8.8 yards per attempt, 200 attempts on the season, 1,760 yards, 25 rushing touchdowns. Cannon Campbell, the second leading rusher for the Wranglers, 71 carries, 533 yards. That's 7.5 yards per carry. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns. Alex Mills comes in with 138 yards rushing from his quarterback spot, and Dominic Jarvis has rushed for 79 yards. Those guys, all seniors on this Shoshoni team. For Shoshoni, Alex Mills has completed 54% of his passes this fall, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He's completed 61 of 113 passes for 1,083 yards. He's had a solid season. He is big defensively also for this Shoshoni team. Receiving-wise, this will be the second week back after a high ankle sprain for senior Trey Fike. He comes into this game, 28 receptions, 422 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Jackson Stanley, 10 receptions. The big 6'6", 300-pounder, 6 receiving touchdowns, leads this team. 10 catches, 240 yards, average of 24 yards per reception for Jackson Stanley. He's an amazing weapon at that tight end spot. And then Peyton Trumpler, 11 catches, 232 yards, and 2 touchdowns catching the football. This defensive team for Shoshoni has been outstanding, led by Dominic Jarvis at linebacker. Jarvis, 92.5 tackles on the season. That's 10.3 tackles per game. Trumpler is second with 17.1 tackles per game. Mills at 12 tackles. Cannon Campbell at 11 tackles. And Jackson Stanley, 10 tackles per game. Jarvis leads the team with 6 interceptions, 1 interception each for Mills, Campbell, and Stanley on the year, and then 1 each for Kellen Lennon, Tucker Maddock, Trey Fike, Theo Litz, and Wiley Filio with 1 fumble recovery on the season. This team specializes also in pass breakups and block kicks. They've blocked 2 kicks on the season, and they've scored 2 defensive touchdowns. It's a very well-balanced Shoshoni team all the way around, defending state champions. They're ready for this, and we're going to hear from the coaches in a few minutes. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll break down Wind River's offense and defensive season. This is the pregame show on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back to Shoshoni. This is the pregame show on KWYW, sponsored by Hampton Inn and Suites. The Wind River Cougars come into this game 7-2 overall. They've had an outstanding season. It's been the first season for Coach Rod Frederick. And this Wind River team, they like to run the football. They play great defense. They've got some good guys on the line on both sides of this game that as the referees getting ready to bring the teams together for the coin flip, we'll keep an eye on that as things go on here. This Wind River team opened the season in a big way. They would reel off 6 wins in a row to go 6-0, and then they would meet Shoshoni on October 13th and lose 25-14. That was a battle in Pavillion that night as Wind River rushed the ball 35 times for 192 yards, completed 5 of 9 passes for 35 yards. On the other side in that game, Shoshoni rushed the ball 48 times for 232 yards, completed 6 of 14 passes for 93 yards. And then Rocky Mountain would come into Pavillion the next week, and it just seemed like Wind River's shoulders were sagging a little bit in that game. Rocky Mountain took a 35-0 win in that ball game, and Carson Weber of Rocky Mountain was outstanding from his quarterback spot, running all over the Cougars. But the Cougars came back. They won that first-round playoff game all the way down in Yoder, one of the toughest places to play in Wyoming. They would win last week 46-38. Wind River would rush the ball 70 times for 568 yards and score 13 touchdowns in that ball game. There would be 6 rushing touchdowns in that ball game for the Wind River Cougars. It was a crazy game as Cooper Frederick would set a 6-man single game record, rushing the ball 61 times for 550 yards and those 6 touchdowns in the ball game. What'd you say?
9-man. You said 6-man, but it's all good.
Thanks for that. Now you got me off my game again.
I know. Right. That's why I don't try and say anything.
All right. It was 9-man. We did 6-man yesterday, so I
had a
apologize
good game
for that. Cooper Frederick, with that big game last week in the 9-man quarterfinals, has rushed the ball 170 times for 1,746 yards. He's right at the heels of Peyton Trumpler of Shoshoni, 3rd leading rusher in the state, averaging 10.3 yards per carry, and he has 22 rushing touchdowns on the year. J.C. Herbert came into the game a couple weeks ago with 736 yards. Chris Burke with 116 yards. Calder Johnson, the big fullback, he'll play today. He's got 108 yards on 31 carries. And Carter Fowler, who will be the quarterback today, has carried the ball 35 times for 28 yards and scored 2 touchdowns on the year. He's been under duress in games, and that led to losing some of those overall yards. The net yards went away for him. Carter Fowler passing the ball has thrown for 443 yards this season, completed 21 of 39 passes, completed 54% of his throws for 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. And, of course, Chris Burke unavailable today for the Wind River Cougars. Leading receiver that playing today is Calder Johnson. He's caught 4 balls for 97 yards. Cooper Frederick has caught 6 balls for 74 yards and a touchdown. Caden Jones has caught 1 pass for 34 yards. Blake Snyder, 2 catches for 21 yards for this Wind River Cougars team. Defensively, we'll get to that here. Turning the page on the stat sheets, Cooper Frederick, the leading defender for Wind River. He does it all. A total of 89 tackles on the season. That's 9.9 per game. Calder Johnson, 12.3 tackles per game. Tucker Jensen, the big man inside, 7.4 tackles per game. That's 4.1 tackles per game. Aiden Ruby at 3.7 tackles per game. Carter Fowler at 3.2 tackles per game, and Casey Beefus at 2.4 tackles per game. And Sean O'Brate that they would maybe use Casey Beefus today at fullback.
Definitely.
And, you know, that could open up some holes around that right side for Cooper Frederick out of this wing T offense.
Yeah, Casey Beefus, right before the season started, I met this young man, and he is much bigger than he looks, and they can use him all over the field. He's a great tight end. He's a great DB, but he really has excelled at opening up holes for whoever is running for Wind River, and so I believe that they could very easily use that talent to their advantage today, something they didn't really do against Shoshoni a couple weeks ago when we were there.
This is the pregame show. Last night in semifinal playoff action in Class 1A 6-man, it was Little Snake River 71, Encampment 8, and the Snake River Rattlers now get a chance to go for back-to-back titles. That was Little Snake River's 20th straight victory last night. We were in Burlington last night. It was Burlington 77, Dubois 28. The Huskies jumped out to that big 36-8 lead, and they never trailed. And frankly, Dubois was out of the game early on, as it was an 8-8 ball game, and then all of a sudden it was 28-8. In Class 1A 9-man last night, Pine Bluffs 35, Rocky Mountain 32. Great ball game. We listened to part of that driving back from Burlington. Hornets stay undefeated. They're back in the championship game for the first time since they went back-to-back in 2016 and 2017. And that'll be a battle, Sean, between Pine Bluffs and whoever comes out of this one.
Definitely. And Pine Bluffs, I don't know if they were as gracious as they should have been last night, but it was a 4th and inches call. And next thing you know, then the Rocky Mountain could have gotten the ball back. And next thing you know, the refs, they changed their minds and they called it a first down. And we were only listening to the game, but that could have been a huge, big game breaker. Rocky Mountain could have gotten the ball, and it could have been Rocky Mountain that these guys face next week, but they're going to go against Pine Bluffs.
They measured for a first down, and first they said
or it was short.
It was short. A chain link or two is what the radio guy was saying out of Cheyenne, and they said he was short. And then they got back together and said first down, and that ended Rocky's rally in that ball game. And so it'll be Pine Bluffs back in that contest. Class 2A ball last night, Bighorn 7, Lyman 0. The Bighorn Rams are back in the title game for the first time since 2019. In Class 3A ball last night, number 1 Cody, no surprise here, 42, and Buffalo 7. The Broncs won their 26th game in a row and will go for a three-peat next Friday in Laramie.
Cody's quarterback, we found out when we got here, he came out of the game early. Looks like he's not going to play in the state championship. Remember, he's got D1 offers from Oregon State and Wyoming as well. The Cody
hurt?
The Cody quarterback, yes.
Luke
he did.
Talich.
Yes.
And I guess we'll see how that's going here. Star Valley would beat Douglas 48-27, so it's another Cody-Star Valley contest in this one. In Class 4A last night, good stuff here to report. Sheridan 63, number 4 Cheyenne Central 42. It was Kuhn with 309 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns in the first half. He would finish last night with 517 yards and 7 touchdowns, which is a new state record for 11-man high school football in Wyoming. The Broncs will make their 10th appearance in 14 years in the 4A title game in Laramie. Wow, congratulations to that young man. 517 rushing yards in 11-man football and 7 touchdowns. Final score in the other 4A semifinal, Cheyenne East 55, Natrona 36. T-Birds make it back to the title game after winning it in 2020. Those are your scores. Games today, Wind River at Shoshoni. We'll kick it off here at 2 p.m. And Cokeville taking on Lovell. That was a 1 p.m. start. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We got coaches' interviews coming up after a break. This is the 2A state semifinal game on KWYW.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
No, let's do Wind. I'll give a little.
All right, Cody Beers here with Coach Frederick. And, Coach, congratulations on last week, but does your boy have another 61 carries in him this week?
First off, thank you. Oh yeah, he's ready to go. He took him about 2 days and he was back at it. So
it's kind of like a pitcher in the World Series having to get the arm going again, huh?
Yeah, he's good though. We're all healed up. We're ready to go.
All right, tell us about that game a little bit. It looked like it was a kind of a shootout, but good win for you guys on the road.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a shootout. We had a couple stops there where we needed them. We got the extra touchdowns. I mean, I think we punted one time. Other times we did lose it once on the 3-yard line. We got stalled there. But other than that, we scored every time, and that was kind of our whole game plan.
Well, Coach, second time seeing Shoshoni this year, and you guys, the long time win-loss thing here is 29 wins for each team. So you got that rivalry thing going, but you also got a trip to Laramie on the line.
Yeah, the kids are excited. Last year kind of stung them. We got a lot of those kids are back. We're healthy this week. So last year, we were without a quarterback coming right into the game a day before. The kids feel good. They're ready.
So you've got Burke back today?
No, he's not back, but we're good with where we were at.
Okay.
We've had our same quarterback for a while. Yeah.
Well, is it going to be the Cooper Frederick show today? What are you going to bring at Shoshoni maybe that they haven't seen?
We'll kind of spread it around. We got another couple offenses that they haven't seen yet that we put in, so we're going to spread it around and we'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm not going to share this with their coach.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, he'll get majority of the carries again, but we'll be sharing it a little more this time.
Kids, you said they're excited about it and they feel like maybe they've got a little revenge on their mind, but you're healthy and ready to go.
We are. We're definitely healthy and ready to go. The kids, even back to when we just played them, a couple weeks ago, they know it was the turnovers and the penalties that cost us. We were leading at half and the turnovers cost us, and they know that. They feel like we should have won that game. So that's what they're coming in with.
So who's going to go to Laramie after this game?
I don't know. Hopefully it's us.
All right, Coach.
Us, baby.
Hey, congratulations
you,
on a great season.
Thank you,
and we'll see you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Welcome back, Shoshoni High School, as we just got a very nice rendition of the national anthem by a Shoshoni Wrangler fan. And that was Wind River coach Rod Frederick in his first year with Wind River. He's excited about it, and we're going to work on training him up on interviews too. And so hopefully we'll get to talk to him after the game. We got together with Tony Trumpler inside Shoshoni High School before the game, and you could see the butterflies going a little bit for the Shoshoni coaches. Here's Coach Trumpler.
All right, we're here pregame Saturday. Big Saturday, because next Saturday is a state championship game, but to win means you get a trip to Laramie, and we're here with Coach Tony Trumpler, and that's win and go home. And I know you guys have been thinking about this game all year, Tony.
Yeah, coming into this, we knew there was a good chance we were going to see Wind River again. We were just being preparing for them. They've changed their offense up a little bit because of some injuries. So, it was a little different this week preparing for them because we had to prepare for a new offense. So coming into it, we're not ruling anything out. We're not expecting to not see their old offense or their new offense. Our people could be healthy. We don't know. So, we went at it like a brand new game. Like we kind of left last game away, put it away and didn't worry about it, and we're focused on this game.
Well, they are going to be missing a couple guys, but last week when Wind River traveled to Southeast, we saw 61 carries by Cooper Frederick. You expect more of that today?
I do. I think they'll spread it out a little bit more. We're bigger than Southeast. They're not going to push us around like they did Southeast. So I expect them to kind of spread the ball out a little bit more than they did last week. So.
Well, Frederick set that single game record in 9-man football. He had to have been a little sore coming out of that one. That's a lot of carries.
Oh, yeah, crazy. That was he had a crazy game, a good game. He still might be a little sore. I don't know.
You guys do what you do. I mean, you like to line up. You like to balance your offense if you can, but you're run-first offense. And, are you expecting any, bring us a few new wrinkles, or is it just Shoshoni football?
Just Shoshoni football. We're going to line up and hit you in the mouth. We'll spread it out. We'll pass. We'll run. And kind of see how the game goes. That's what makes us a little dangerous is, we can change real quick. So, and that's kind of where we'll go. Obviously, we want to run first, but if it's not working out, we don't have a problem throwing the ball either.
You guys got the services of Trey Fike back. He looked a little sore last week. How's his progress been?
He tells us every day, I'm like 95. I'm like 98. So he's pretty healthy. He's ready to go. We teased him all week. Oh, we're gonna give you a rest on defense a little bit, and he's, I think, threatened every one of us coaches with our lives that if we take him out, he's going to hunt us down after the game. So he'll probably be playing the whole game. So,
bunch of seniors on this team, Coach, and I know you've been with them since you've got a boy on this team since the beginning. You've seen them grow through the years. Of course, they won it all last year. What does it mean to be one step away from going to Laramie again?
It's awesome. These guys have worked so hard, and it's, we always laugh and joke because we've all been with them. Max has a son on the team, and Jody's been with them since they were, we've all been with them for a while now, and just watching them grow up and.
Welcome back. This is the pregame show, and we're getting ready for the kickoff as Dom Jarvis tees it up. The wind is starting to come out of the northwest, pretty good clip, and the football falls off the tee for the second time, so Shoshoni's going to have to hold the ball on the tee. It'll be Alex Mills. Starting lineups for the Shoshoni Wranglers today: a senior Trey Fike, senior Cannon Campbell, senior Alex Mills, senior Julian Caballo, senior Dom Jarvis, Tucker Maddock, a senior, Peyton Trumpler, a senior, Theo Litz, a senior, Kellen Lennon, a senior, Corbin DeWitt, a senior, and Jackson Stanley, a senior. Kickoff deep. It'll be picked up by Carter Fowler, and he's going to be wrestled down at about the 10-yard line. He could not get a hold of the ball as he was looking at Shoshoni coming his way. When he really needed to do was just look down at the football and pick it up.
Yeah, and his blocking kind of fell through really fast. I think they all thought it might go in the end zone, but Carter Fowler tried to pick it up right around the 3 and just did not get very far.
Yeah, pretty stiff wind. There's Carl right down there in the orange.
There he is.
But first and 10 at the 13-yard line for Wind River. We're underway in the 2A state semifinal as cars still trying to make their way in here as they're having to pay to get into these playoff games. It'll be the first handoff of the game. Cooper Frederick, and he'll be wrestled down like a calf during branding. And that'll be Dom Jarvis on the tackle early on. Jarvis, the leading tackler on the Shoshoni Wrangler team. Shoshoni, they want to make this about physical football.
They definitely do, and there's going to be a lot of big hits in this game. That's something that Shoshoni's been proud about all season, is how hard they hit. It's caused a lot of turnovers against the teams that they've come up against, including this one a couple weeks ago.
Fowler under center, 3 backs in the backfield. They'll hand off left side. Frederick, he's got a hole, but he'll be wrestled down by Alex Mills out on the 25-yard line. It'll be a first down for Wind River early on, right at the 25. So Cooper Frederick, 2 carries and a first down to go as they started this drive out at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, you think they like Cooper Frederick running the ball? They're going to keep doing it until you can stop them.
61 carries last week for 550 yards and 6 touchdowns. That set a 9-man record for the state, just like last night. The Sheridan running back, 507 yards and 7 touchdowns. Crazy rushing statistics here in the postseason. Here's Fowler. He'll hand off inside to Calder Johnson. We've got a team tackle there. Dom Jarvis, Peyton Trumpler, Dalton Lennon in on that tackle for the Wranglers.
Was that Calder Johnson or was that Jones? That was
I believe
Johnson.
it was Calder Johnson up the middle. Let's see,
it was
number
Caden
40,
Jones.
Caden Jones, excuse me.
Yeah, you're good. I'm making
Every
sure.
time it's been a fullback, it's been Calder Johnson throughout this season.
Yeah, it's because Calder's a big boy that can get through a lot of tackles. They might be preserving him just a little early now, or maybe they'll
Calder's
use him a
in
little later.
at fullback now. There's actually 3 running backs. They're right behind Carter Fowler. We've got a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be
fumble.
a fumble. Shoshoni's got the football as Calder Johnson tried to get down on the football, and covering it up for Shoshoni. An early turnover, and Dalton Lennon falls on it. The Wranglers have the football here in the 2A state semifinals.
Wow, and that is what I'm talking about earlier. This defense of Shoshoni loves to hit. They know where to hit. They're great expert tacklers, and this is great field positioning right on the 29-yard line of Wind River. They're basically already in the red zone almost.
So first and 10 for Shoshoni at the 29. Three running backs in the backfield. We'll get Peyton Trumpler up the middle. He's got a big hole, and down to the 20-yard line goes Trumpler. It'll be 2nd and 2 for Shoshoni. Already the Wranglers running downhill with the wind at their back, straight out of the northwest.
Yeah, and you were talking about how much crazy rushing stats we've had over the last 2 weeks. I know I'm new to Wyoming, but maybe the high winds, they have something to do with the passing being limited. Let's see if Alex Mills likes to throw it out here.
There's no doubt that you want to throw with the wind at your back. Here's Trumpler over the right tackle. He runs over the top of the Wind River defender and then is brought down at the 12-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Shoshoni.
Yeah, Braden Tatro, man, he just took the full, hit right there from Peyton Trumpler, and he just trucked him over.
Peyton Trumpler likes the contact, and he says maybe a little bit too often, but first and 10 at the 12 for Shoshoni. Right, here's Cannon Campbell off the right tackle. He'll break 3 tackles inside the 5-yard line, where he'll be taken down by Carter Fowler of Wind River. And near another first down, it'll come up about a yard short. So 2 yards short, 2nd and 2. And you can see the effects of the wind right here in front of us as the paper just fluttering through the sky right in front of the patio up here by the press box. Here's Mills, right side, Peyton Trumpler. He ran into a bunch of people in the middle of that defense and taken down by Calder Johnson. Also in on that tackle, Kesey Beefus of Wind River.
Yeah, Trumpler ran into a full wall, and it wasn't all white jerseys. He ran into the back of some of his linemen who were being stood up.
Trumpler will lose a couple yards. So 3rd and 4, right at, got to be about the 5-yard line. They can get a first down at about the 2. Here's Mills. He'll pitch it left side. Can Trumpler get to the cone? He's going to make it. And just short.
He got
touchdown as he knocks the cone over. It will be a 5-yard touchdown for Peyton Trumpler, and they'll take advantage of that early turnover for a Shoshoni touchdown.
Wow, yeah, we both thought that he was a little short because he, instead of running any vertical way, he was running completely horizontal right down the line towards the cone, and he just turned his head. And there's the cannon.
Cannon goes off.
Scares me every time.
Vehicle still trying to get in. Where were you people at? We had a lot of activity getting going. A late arriving crowd here.
They're going to go for
Mills
2.
Going for 2. He'll pitch it left side to Trumpler. Same play. Peyton's going to walk in. 2-point conversion is good. And it's 8-0 Shoshoni. 8:03 to play
in this first quarter, and the Wranglers up early following a Wind River turnover. This is Wranglers football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Shoshoni High School. Cody Beers, Sean O'Brate. And Sean, that's called opportunistic football. Shoshoni with the quick drive. Peyton Trumpler on the 5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they only had to go about 30 yards, and when you're running into the wind, too, it's just run, run, run. That's all you can really do, and they did it expertly.
Kickoff by Dominic Jarvis will go down and skip out of bounds past Cooper Frederick. It'll go out of bounds on the 19-yard line. So flags fly. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wind River, their second drive of the game. First one resulted in a fumble, which led to that Shoshoni touchdown. Of course, the winner of this game will play Pine Bluffs at 1 o'clock a week from today in the state championship game, and the Wranglers want to go back and defend that state title.
Definitely. That's all they've been talking about all year. All their kids are in the right mindset to be back-to-back champions. They've had a great year. They just have one more test right in front of them.
Following that kick out of bounds, it'll be 1st and 10 for Wind River at the 35-yard line. A stacked backfield, 3 running backs behind Carter Fowler. They'll hand off left side Cooper Frederick. He was almost tripped up by Jackson Stanley, and that slowed him down as Frederick's going to gain a couple yards. We've got a flag on the field, and so we'll see what the call is from this officiating group.
Yeah, this 3 running back set is giving Frederick a lot of holes and a lot of good opportunities. He had a good hole there, he just got tripped up in the backfield.
Grab that officials thing. We'll read off who's officiating this game. 307 officials group in from Worland. It's Brandon Kidgel, the referee today, joined by the umpire Jordan Hitz.
Chop block on Wind River.
So that penalty on Wind River. Head linesman today, Matt Ryan. The line judge, Chris Edwards out of Lovell, and the back judge is Larry Whittington. This 307 officials group comes out of Worland and Lovell. So we've got the first call of the game, and it is a chop block, which will move the ball back 10 yards.
Are they going?
A 15-yarder,
15
actually.
yards, wow.
So that'll be the big penalty on Wind River. 1st now and 25 at the 20-yard line for Wind River. Carter Fowler under center. He'll hand off on the crossbuck play. Frederick almost lost the ball again, but he's going to get the edge on the Shoshoni defense. He'll gain back about 10 yards on the play, and Quentin Clark comes over to make the tackle for the Wranglers.
Man, he made a diving effort to get that extra yard or 2 at the end because he was being run out of bounds. And instead of just taking the ball and going out, he tried to dive over one of the Shoshoni defenders in front of him. May have gotten him a couple extra yards there.
10-yard gain for Cooper Frederick has coming out of the game for Shoshoni. Theo Litz, and back in there is Dalton Lennon. Of course, this 2A state semifinal, there is a lot of vehicles here.
There's so many people here.
You could have a used car bonanza at Shoshoni High School today. Three running backs as Fowler will hand it off Frederick. He'll cough it up, picked up by Cannon Campbell. It's going to be a pickup and a touchdown for Shoshoni as the big hit made and a second turnover leads to a Cannon Campbell 20-yard return for a Shoshoni touchdown.
Wow, and that is just so, you talk about opportunistic. Carter Fowler was in the backfield trying to hand off to Cooper Frederick, and Cannon Campbell, I don't know if maybe Cooper and Carter kind of ran into each other, but then Cannon just came in and grabbed the ball out from in between them. They weren't on the ground. They were trying to hand it off, and Cannon Campbell ended up with the handoff and went the other way. That's crazy.
Yeah, ball was right at his feet. He picked it up
and took it in for a touchdown. And quickly, Shoshoni going to go for two. They'll hand off Trumpler up the middle. He's going to get knocked down. Oh, they're going to say it's good. So I thought he was down before he got in, but it's going to be another 8-point play for Shoshoni, taking advantage of opportunities given to them by the Wind River Cougars. It's Shoshoni 16, Wind River 0. We'll be back. This is Fremont County semifinal game.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back. A pair of Wind River turnovers here early in this State 2A semifinal has given the Wranglers a 16-0 lead as they've taken advantage of the opportunities. Here's a little pooch kick picked up by Wind River. They're going to get the ball about the 40-yard line after that ball picked up and a short return by Casey Gibson of Wind River, a 5'8", 130-pound senior for this Cougars team. So good field position for Wind River as they go into this wind. And right now, they've got to get rid of the jitters a little bit.
Something has to happen, and whether or not Cooper Frederick fumbled that second one, or that was just a muffed handoff, he needs to have the goldfish memory that it takes to win these type of games. You got to forget everything about the last drive and just go.
Here's Fowler. He'll hand off straight up the middle to Frederick. Barely hit by Jackson Stanley, but Frederick will get a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Taking him down, Dom Jarvis, Cannon Campbell, Dalton Lennon all in on that tackle for the Wranglers.
Yeah, and he's lucky that he got a 4-yard gain there because he was, touched by the Shoshoni defense in the backfield. He just kept going. He's got some strong legs. We've watched him all season. He's just gotten bigger and stronger, and I'm sure one of these times it's going to break.
Well, just like yesterday, you're able to game plan as Burlington did against Dubois' Wyatt Tremblay. Shoshoni has definitely game planned for number 10 coming at them all day. 3 running backs in the backfield. Fowler will hand off to Frederick. Big hole over the right side. He'll have a first down inside Shoshoni territory. He'll be dropped at the 46 after that tackle by Alex Mills and Peyton Trumpler.
Gain of 11, and those are the kind of gains that he was getting all game last game when he had 550 yards. That he just gets a first down so easily with those legs of his. But they're looking a lot more one-dimensional than they thought they would coming out in this game.
6:04 to play first quarter in this 1A 9-man semifinal. We're proud to be bringing it here as we have all season. Shoshoni Wrangler football. Fowler under center. Those same 3 running backs in the backfield. Looked like somebody left early, but yes, Frederick will get the handoff. He'll gain 4 yards on the play, where he'll be dropped on the play by Theo Litz. Also, Peyton Trumpler in on that hit.
Yeah, very lucky that they didn't get a false start play because I think everyone saw the fullback move a little early, and they're just lucky they got 4 yards out of that one.
2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Good crowd in from Pavillion today. Most of the bleachers filled up on the other side. There's motorhomes over on the other side, people walking around, people with lights on everywhere. There's still people in line entering the stadium. Fowler under center, 2nd and 7. He'll hand off Frederick left side, and he's going to gain about 4 yards again before Peyton Trumpler. Also Theo Litz on the tackle on the Wind River Junior. And he's resilient. He's tired, but he can turn it on at the snap.
Yes, he can.
That's Cooper Frederick.
Yes, he can, and he's getting a lot of pats from his teammates saying, "You got this, you got this." It's because they know that this kid can bring them a victory on his shoulders like he did last week.
4:36 to play first quarter. 16-0 lead for the Shoshoni Wranglers. Here's Fowler under center. No receivers in the set. Frederick going to get hit early by Theo Litz, but he will get close to a first down on the play. On that tackle for Shoshoni that time, Quentin Clark.
That was a long 1 yard gain because he was getting hit in the backfield and he just kept going.
First down,
they're going to call it.
He gained all the way down to the 36-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Wind River. Cougars, well, they need a little momentum here, and this drive has been solid so far. It's just 2 turnovers early on resulted in 2 touchdowns for the Shoshoni Wranglers.
Definitely, and I want to give a shout-out to my wife, who is definitely showing up here. You will have no place to park. I'm telling you right now, you got to drive a half block down the field. It's or maybe behind the
if
the
I was
scoreboard.
her, I'd hit the main parking lot back behind us here. But 1st down and 10 at the 36. Here's Fowler. He'll hand to Frederick. 2 running backs through there, and Fowler's going to get a first down. Frederick's going to get a first down all the way down to the 25-yard line. They're basically doing student body right, student body left with those 2 lead blockers out of the backfield. And Cooper Frederick that time. Excellent blocking by the Cougar offensive line. And a first down at the 26-yard line of Shoshoni.
I'm sure the Shoshoni defensive coaches and everyone down on the sideline is noticing they like to run to their right a lot, and that's because Carter Fowler is left-handed, one of the few left-handed quarterbacks you see. So he likes to hand off with his left. He's a little bit more comfortable, which means running to the right.
Fowler under center. He'll hand off to Frederick. Frederick unable to get much going there, and first one on him was Dom Jarvis. Also Quentin Clark in on that tackle.
I think he lost a yard.
For the Wranglers.
He definitely lost a yard.
Yeah, he lost a yard on the play, and Cooper Frederick has been lining on the left side of that wing T all season, so most of his runs have been to that right side of the field too.
Definitely. He's a lot more comfortable to the right. Now they have shorter field on the right every time they go up and run. Let's see if they switch it up and go to the left, but
right
Shoshoni would be smart.
Right hash mark. Full house backfield, 3 running backs, and a quarterback sneak by Fowler, and a good gain and a good push that time by the Wind River Cougars. That'll gain back about 7 yards, where it'll be 3rd down. We're going to say 5 on the play, 6 or 7 actually. This field has got a major slope coming down each side of it, and it's difficult to tell sometimes as you look over toward that far sideline where the ball is. 2:23 to play, first quarter here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It was 50 degrees at kickoff. It's bound to cool off a little bit. Snowing in Dubois, and we'll see if we get snow before the end of this one. Here's Fowler. He'll hand off left side to Frederick. Near tackle by Stanley, but another big run that time by Cooper Frederick down near a first down. They're going to say, yes, it is. A gain of 8 on the play for another Wind River first down.
And they are just loading up the box in front of Cooper Frederick, and they're putting their fullbacks right in front of him, and right there Jackson Stanley was in the backfield, grabbed his leg and got twisted around. He could have had a 3-yard tackle for a loss, but instead Cooper slipped out of it. That's what he's been doing all game and all last week.
Appreciate all the sponsors of Fremont County football helping to bring you the state semifinal game. We'll be in Laramie next week to bring you the winner versus Pine Bluffs. Here's Fowler under center. Fowler will hand off. Cooper Frederick across that right side. Decent gain where he'll be wrestled down by Dom Jarvis. Also in Peyton Trumpler and the third tackler, Quentin Clark for Shoshoni. It'll be a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for Wind River as we're inside that red zone, and we're right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and just little 5-yard, 4-yard gains, that's going to win you a game. I mean, hey, there she is. She's not going to be able to park. But that's going to win you the game, these little 4- and 5-yard bursts, because it's going to tire down the defense. And right there you could see number 53 for Shoshoni. He was just pushed around. Yeah, he was just pushed around in the backfield. I don't know if he's getting tired or if he had the leverage taken out of him. But
1 minute to play, first quarter. Fowler under center. He'll pitch right side to Cooper Frederick. Frederick going to be taken down hard after a gain of nothing. That time in on that tackle for Shoshoni. First up was Tucker Maddock, the defensive end. Sean waving at Montana out there. If you see us, Montana, that's a cute little red car. I like it.
That's the gerbil car.
3rd and 5. We're inside 30 seconds to play in this first quarter as Frederick
sending signals in toward the quarterback.
Yeah, they want to hurry up. I know 20 seconds is left on the clock, but that goes by fast when you're lining up and you're calling out and looking at the defense.
It's 5 seconds to go here as Fowler under center. He'll bark out orders, and we're going to have a near penalty, but Frederick's going to be taken down in the backfield. That time Jackson Stanley finally got him. Stanley's been in the backfield throughout this first quarter, and it'll be 4th now and 7 for this Wind River squad. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Shoshone 16, taking advantage of those 2 early turnovers. Wind River 0. We'll be back. This is Fremont County State Semifinal action on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Shoshone High School, as we get ready for the start of this second quarter. Dalton Linan, I apologize for mispronouncing his name.
For the last 20 years, apparently.
She pushed, 20 years ago, I didn't even think about doing this stuff, but, I appreciate the 20-year correction. It'll be 4th and about 7 yards for Wind River as we open this second quarter. As we switch ends now, Wind River going toward the south. They're aiming themselves right at Wyoming 789. Here's Carter Fowler. He'll hand off right side. Cooper Frederick, and he's going to come up short.
That was 4th down.
It was 4th down. He's limited to a gain of 1 on the play. Shoshone will take over. The Shoshone defense holds. That drive started back at the Wind River 38, and it stopped. Let's see, it'll be 52 yards later on 4th and 7.
That would be a perfect scenario where you could utilize Carter Fowler's arm. He's very accurate when he does decide to throw, and right there you ran the exact same play you've been running. That is a surprising move.
So Shoshone football, Alex Mills full house backfield. They'll hand off to Peyton Trumpler. He runs right into Dom Jarvis and Cannon Campbell, who were more involved in that tackle than Wind River's Tucker Jensen.
Tucker Jensen's an excellent tackler, though. You got to be prepared for him.
Their front three is strong, this Wind River Cougars front three. It is Tucker Jensen, TJ Halleck, and Casey Beefus on the other side. So we've got now one receiver right, Dom Jarvis. Trey Fike also on the right side. It'll be handed off left side. Big hole, which closes quickly on Peyton Trumpler, and the tackle that time is Braden Tetro. I'm sure I said that wrong too. It'll be 3rd down 5 for Shoshone.
And yeah, if Wind River can get this stop right here, this is a huge, huge deal because they're pinned back in their own on their own 15 right now. If they can't get 5 yards, Wind River should consider this a success.
3rd and 5. 10:50 to play, first half. Pitch right side, Peyton Trumpler. He's going to be gobbled up on the play by Casey Beefus and wrestled down. And it'll be 4th down for Shoshone inside the 20-yard line. It's going to go right on the 14-yard line. So 4th and 7. That'll lose 6 yards. That'll lose about a yard on the play. And now Alex Mills going to come in. We'll see if he punts it away.
He is their main punter, but he does have an arm. I can see them faking this, maybe not this early in the game.
Kick on the way is going to be a good one. It's going to get over the head, but it's out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be inside the 50. inside the 45, right at the 45. They'll say that's where it is. So good field position for the Wind River Cougars here in the second. 10-12 to play. We'll be back after a quick break on KWYW.
Is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
We're moving and grooving here in Shoshone. 10-12 to play first half. Here's Fowler. He'll hand it off right side to Frederick. Decent hole. And Cooper Frederick going to rumble out for about 6 yards on first down. Tackled by Quentin Clark. Also, Theo Litz in on that play. And now
Frederick is limping, and he's in a lot of pain. He's down on the ground now.
Cooper Frederick
that
down on his
bueno.
hands and knees, holding his left Achilles area. And we won't speculate on an injury, so we'll take a quick break as they attend to Cooper Frederick, the main offensive weapon for the Wind River Cougars. We'll be back.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like AP better.
Welcome back as they help Cooper Frederick off the field. He walked his way off, but with a pretty good limp on that left leg. So,
and he's on the ground on the sidelines.
That's going to change the complexion of this a little bit now. Calder Johnson going to be the tailback.
This is the first time I've seen wideouts.
2 receivers left. Carter Fowler with the quarterback sneak.
Wow.
And a good run on second down. It'll be nearer the first down, just a bit short. So third down, less than a yard. And the Cougars, well, you carry on even when your main guy goes down. 3rd and a yard for the Cougars. We'll see if we can get some sort of report from that other side, at least at halftime.
Yeah, and I only said wow because, I mean, that quarterback sneak, it was gobbled up real fast, and he had blue jerseys wrapped around him, and he just kept going for an extra 4 yards. I thought that was going to be a 0-yard gain, if anything.
Fowler under center. Johnson dots the I. Handoff Calder Johnson. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Dom Jarvis cut through. What a big hit by the senior.
What a big hit, and Calder Johnson didn't look like he had anybody in front of him to block, even though he definitely did. That was just great pursuit and explosiveness off the line by Shoshoni. Now what does Wind River do? 4th and 3.
Yeah, loss of, well, nearly 3 yards. So we're going to say 4th and 3. 8:40 and counting in the first half. Beautiful day from Shoshone. Big crowd. Maybe the most people in Shoshone in one spot in years. As there's easily 400 or 500 vehicles parked here. And we've got the infamous Montana O'Brate here.
Where'd you park?
Timeout taken by Wind River. 8:16 to play first half. 4th and 3. A big moment here in this first half. We'll be back. This is Fremont County state semifinal action on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Glass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Glass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Glass is Lander.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont, WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help them out.
Welcome back. 4th and 3 for Wind River following the timeout. Carter Fowler under center. He'll hand off to Calder Johnson. Big hole. Johnson's going to first down and more as he goes inside the 10.
The stiff arm.
Inside the 5. We're going to get a flag thrown, but a big run by Calder Johnson down to the 7-yard line of Shoshoni.
Oh my goodness, there was no hole there, and he just ran through the defense and stiff-armed Alex Mills for the last 5 yards of that gain.
I could have driven your wife's car through that hole on the left side. It was a big hole opened up by that Wind River offense. I didn't see what the call was, but it looks like the ball is going to stay and then half the distance to it looks like a 5-yard face mask. So 1st and goal for Wind River at the 4-yard line of Shoshoni on that outstanding run by Calder Johnson of Wind River.
How many yards was that? I got to write that down, but that was just so explosive.
It was 4th and 5.
30 yards, my goodness.
At the 20, I was at the 30. We'll say it was at the 30, so run of 26 yards down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, 2 receivers left. Johnson will dot the I as Fowler's under center. Calder.
Oh, rough handoff.
And the running back ran into Fowler on the play. That was Caden Jones, and it's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. So 2nd and goal now, right at the 5 for the Wind River Cougars.
And yeah, that was just a poor handoff. I think they were.
Well, I believe that Fowler thought he was going to go through the odd hole, and he went through the even hole.
You hate when that happens.
There was a lot of free food down early in the game, and I believe Randy Tucker ate all of it.
He's here taking photos.
7:19 to play in this first half. 2nd and 5, 2 receivers left. No passes yet for the Wind River Cougars, and we're going to get a delay of game on the Wind River Cougars. And that's a big penalty. That'll back them up to the 10.
And yeah, that is not only a big penalty, that is going to be one of those things that if they don't score, if they only score a field goal here, they can say to themselves, well, we were on the 5-yard line. We only needed that many yards. See how many they can get on 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 5 now.
2nd and goal at the 10 following that delay of game penalty on the Cougars. No passing yet.
None.
By either team. Carter Fowler under center. And he'll get it to Calder Johnson. Same play over that left side. Johnson going to get inside the 5, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 4. Gain of 6 by Calder Johnson. And guess who's getting ready to come back in? Cooper Frederick.
Oh, look at that. That is something that Wind River needed to have. He's looking
That's just
good
news, period.
Yeah.
He's limping. He's not feeling that great, but Cooper Frederick coming back in the game, the Wind River star running back.
And notice they took out Aiden Ruby, one of their skinnier wide receivers, and they are still going to load the box right in front of Cooper Frederick with Calder Johnson at fullback now.
Caden Jones out on the left side. Cooper Frederick dots the I for the Cougars. Handoff right side, Cooper Frederick. He'll cut 360 and be taken down near the goal line by Cannon Campbell.
That's a rough spot right there. I thought he got a little bit further. That's just a 1-yard gain.
He's
maybe a 2-yard gain.
He's right down there at the 2-yard line, so 2 yards will give him on that run. 4th down and 2 for the Wind River Cougars. Back in the game for Shoshoni.
I think they're going to call they're going to call their final timeout here. Wind River is.
All right, so timeout Wind River. 4th and 2 at the Shoshoni 2. We'll be back after a break. This is Wind River football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program. Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
5:42 to play, first half. Wind River 4th and 2. And we'll see what they call here. Carter Fowler under center. Three running backs in the set. It'll be Cooper Frederick left side. He's going to be wrapped up by Cannon Campbell. And again, Wind River stopped deep in Shoshoni territory. It'll be Shoshoni football after that stop inside. That drive started at the Shoshoni 45-yard line, and it ends on the 2.
Well,
and another
go ahead.
Stop by this Wrangler defense.
Yeah, and it's another stop because once again on 4th and more than 1, they ran the exact same play they've been running all day. And granted, it's worked a little bit here and there. I think he's had an 11-yard gain, a 10-yard gain, and an 8-yard gain on that same play. But Shoshoni's just expecting that exact play now.
Shoshoni football. Alex Mills standing in the end zone. He'll get the snap and run out over the 5-yard line on the straight quarterback carry. Cooper Frederick on the tackle for Wind River. That'll be a gain of 5 for Alex Mills. Or they're going to say a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Shoshoni. But that gives them room to run this Shoshoni offense, which takes over at the 2-yard line. Peyton Trumpler, he'll be tackled out near the 10-yard line. That tackle by Casey Beefus of Wind River.
Casey Beefus is going to be Peyton Trumpler's biggest opposition today. He's just got the size to take down Peyton by himself, and not very many people can say they have that, especially a 9-man.
3rd and a long 2 with 4:41 to play in the first half. Shoshoni, this is a big play here for the Wind River defense. Can they stop Shoshoni inside their own 10? Mills in the short gun. Cannon Campbell on the right side. Peyton Trumpler behind Mills. Handoff left side. Nope, they're going to pitch it to Peyton Trumpler. He's going to get outside. He nearly broke it if it wouldn't have been for a shoestring tackle by Cooper Frederick. First down, Shoshoni.
Yeah, that faked out everybody. That faked out the Wind River defense. That faked out us. I just thought for sure that they were giving it to Cannon on the left, and suddenly all you see is Peyton Trumpler coming out of the right.
So first down and 10 for Shoshoni on the nifty run by Peyton Trumpler. Ball located at the 19-yard line. Here's Mills in the short gun. He'll hand off right side to Campbell, who will be tripped up on the play. That tackle by Braden Tatro of Wind River.
And Cannon is a very strong runner. They like to use him as kind of a secondary back whenever people are honing in on Peyton Trumpler. But he can do a lot. He's got a lot of good yardage, and he can break them just as easily as Peyton can. He's very strong.
Wranglers lead this one 16-0, 3:36 to play first half. Full house backfield surrounding Alex Mills, one receiver left. Here's Mills, he'll hand it off left side to Trumpler, and it's basically just student body, push up the middle. And Tucker Jensen going to get that tackle along with Calder Johnson. It'll be a big gain, and now gives a makeable third down play for Shoshoni. 3rd and 3 right at the 25-yard line.
And this is going to be just like in the last series. This is going to be a big stop if Wind River can get it. They cannot allow them to score again, or else we're going to have a replay of that Dubois game we called yesterday.
Traffic jams everywhere here at Shoshoni High School today. Here's Mills. First pass of the ball game, wide open. Jackson Stanley, it's complete. Down to the 45-yard line. Beautiful touch pass by senior Alex Mills, and a gain on the play of 30 yards.
And just wow. I mean, he had the fake run, and they had bottled it up in the middle. I thought for sure that was a gain, and then he pulled out the ball from his back, threw it into a wide-open Jackson Stanley.
What a weapon. 9'9", catches it for 30 yards. The big man. Man, I'd love to see him play college football as a tight end.
He would be good.
But he'll probably play defensive tackle.
He is a big boy that can catch the ball.
First down and 10 at the Wind River 45. 3 receivers left. And now Mills in motion as we're going to get a run up the middle by Peyton Trumpler. It's going to be a gain of 7, and I believe he took off running before the ball was snapped.
I thought
so, too. But no call coming from that referee who's supposed to be watching that.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen at least one player. One was for Wind River, the fullback, earlier. They just start about a step early. I don't know if the refs are just letting them play or not seeing it, but either way, still a 7-yard gain there by Peyton.
This drive started back at the 2. Here's a handoff to Peyton Trumpler. He'll bust it outside. It'll be a first down for the Wranglers down near the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31. First down and 10 for the Wranglers in the hurry-up mode here now. Mills in the gun. Mills will hand off again up the middle. Peyton Trumpler. And, man, talk about seeing things in your dreams. Peyton Trumpler coming at you twice in about 20 seconds. Gain of 3 for Shoshoni.
And they were running. I think they're still running this hurry-up because they like the defensive setup that Wind River has. They're a little bit smaller in the secondary. Them a chance to substitute, and they're still not.
2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line for the Shoshoni Wranglers. 2 receivers right. Handoff. Oh, nobody was there. Trumpler went right. And Mills will be taken down in the backfield. Good hustle play by Tucker Jensen, the 6'5", 240-pound senior for the Wind River Cougars. And a loss on the play as Mills turned one way, and there was nobody there. Timeout Shoshoni with 1:12 to play. We'll take a break. We'll be back. 3rd and 8 when we come back for the Shoshoni Wranglers.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back. 1:12 to play, first half. State 1A 9-man semifinal. Shoshoni up 16-0. Again, 1:12 to play. Shoshoni football facing a 3rd and 9 play following that quarterback sack. Here's Mills. He'll throw over the middle. Incomplete. Ball intended for Trey Fike, who was taken down hard on that play. Tackle and coverage by Aiden Ruby of Wind River.
Ruby's got great vision. He's also a pretty good bull rider, and he's got some talent there in the backfield. He can scheme a play open right there as a defensive player. He knows how to get to the runner because he's just so good with his vision there.
Yeah, that Ruby name known all over Fremont County for agriculture, cattle, rodeo, you name it. Veterinarian science, as probably one of his uncles used to be a veterinarian in Lander.
Look at Jackson.
4th and 9. Four receivers in the set. Dom Jarvis in motion. Mills will drop to pass, looking for Trey Fike on the left side. He'll out throw, and it will be Wind River ball as the Cougars will hold at the 30-yard line.
And that was a great turnover on downs for Wind River. They were really hoping that Trey Fike wasn't going to run to that ball. He just overthrew him just a little bit, and Wind River has a 1:04 to go. I don't think they have any timeouts. I believe they used them all to get their 4th down options open on the last 2 series.
So Wind River ball, 1st and 10 at their own 30 with 1:04 to play.
They need to do something through the air. They can't run Cooper Frederick 10 times in the next minute. They're going to have to do something outside of their comfort zone right now.
Stiff wind blowing out of the northwest in this one Three running backs in the backfield. Carter Fowler will hand off left side to Cooper Frederick, and he'll get basically a short gain on the play. Hit there by Tucker Maddock. Also in on that, Peyton Trumpler for the Wranglers. Second and a long 8.
Maybe they're comfortable going into halftime down this much, but they just put an extra 10, 15 seconds off the clock. And now they're not even going to get up to the line until maybe 35 seconds left.
Yeah, we're inside 40 seconds. This is not an offense that's predicated on coming back either. Fowler under center. The right side of that line took off for Wind River, and flags fly everywhere. 30.8 seconds to play, as that will be a false start penalty, 5-yard variety on Wind River, where it will now be 2nd and 14 for the Cougars with 30 seconds and counting here in the first half.
Wind River already has 25 yards in penalties, and Shoshoni only has 3. That's going to be something that they talk about, because they just don't want to keep stepping on their feet like they did against them earlier this season.
This likely the final play of the first half. We're inside 12 seconds to play. Carter Fowler under center. He'll hand it off right side to Cooper Frederick. No way, pass, and incomplete. They faked to Frederick. First pass of the ball game, incomplete to Blake Snyder. So 4.2 seconds to play. This will be the final play of the first half, 3rd and 14. That little pass was destined to not go for much, but interesting that they put it up finally on the second to the last play of the first half.
Well, yeah, Snyder just ran a little out route to the flat on the right side, and he actually got the ball into his hands. I just don't think Snyder even saw the ball. He put his hands out before he turned his head. Good placement by Carter, just couldn't haul it in. That would have been a 5-yard gain maximum.
Fowler under center, 3rd and 14. He'll pitch it right side to Frederick. Frederick trying to find somewhere to go, and he's going to be taken down by Peyton Trumpler after he gained 4 yards to the 30. A fast-moving first half from Shoshoni High School, and it's Shoshoni 16, Wind River 0 in the State 1A 9-man semifinal. We'll be back with the halftime show brought to you by Central Wyoming College after a break. This is Shoshoni and Wind River football on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshoni. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. and they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Shoshoni High School. This is the Central Wyoming College halftime show, and Sean O'Brate was able to catch Shoshoni coach Tony Trumpler as he ran toward the locker room. We've got about 30 seconds of air. And here's Trumpler's post-second quarter interview.
Frederick. I got Coach Frederick's interview.
Oh, you didn't get Trumpler?
No, sorry. I got Coach Frederick on the way to the halftime show. But
here's Coach Rod Frederick.
Coach Frederick, you're down 16-0. You've had a lot of good plays, but 2 fourth-down conversions not going your way makes it 16-0. What do you need to work on in that second half to make that go your way?
So we're going to get that stuff right here.
Coach Frederick, Coach Frederick, you're down 16-0. You've had a lot of good plays, but
very
2
windy. I
fourth-down
apologize.
conversions not going your way makes it 16-0. What do you need to work on in that second half to make that go your way?
We just got to. We're not picking up the right guys right now, so we're going to get that sealed up right here.
Frederick limped a little bit. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, his ankle sore. He got landed on, but hopefully he'll be all right.
So their defense is getting you some fits. What are you going to do to make their defense look more scared of you?
We just got to start making what we do work. So we just got to get on the right guys. We'll be all right.
Coach.
Okay, well, now we're going to get a Sean O'Brate.
Yeah, I didn't realize how windy that was going to sound, but it is blistering wind out here. Basically, he was telling me Cooper Frederick hurt his ankle a little bit, but he's doing okay. And right now on defense, they just need to focus on the right people, and they need to make what they do work as they did last week. And he said that the team is just kind of upset that the fourth down conversions didn't go their way. He said it would have been a different game. But, yeah, Coach Frederick still very calm heading into there. And, he's right. 2 fourth down conversions are what make this game 16-0 and not at least maybe 14-14 or anything like that. It's just those fourth down conversions might plague them for the rest of their game right now.
Well, a first quarter drive malfunction for Wind River. They would take over at their own 38 and be stopped on 4th and 7 at the Shoshoni 10 in that first quarter. And then it was a second quarter drive which ended inside the 2-yard line for Wind River. And again, the Shoshoni defense held. But both of Shoshoni's scores came on opportunistic plays following turnovers. Peyton Trumpler scored at the 8:03 mark of the first quarter following a fumble and a short drive that started on the Wind River 29. And then Cannon Campbell, a minute and 3 seconds later, would score on a 20-yard fumble return. Another fumble by Frederick, and Campbell would pick it up and rumble 20 yards for the score. Peyton Trumpler would score both 2-point conversions, and it's 16-0 at the half. It was more of a defensive kind of bloodletting on each side as Wind River was able to move the ball but unable to score as the Shoshoni defense held at the right time of the first half. Shoshoni has had the ball 3 times in the first, or actually 4 times in the first half. Wind River has had the ball 4 times, but Shoshoni taking advantage of those 2 turnovers in the first quarter to have that 16-0 lead here in the first half.
Cooper Frederick stats coming at you right now.
Three carries for, actually Frederick, 22 carries for 80 yards, and Calder Johnson, 3 carries for 29 yards in that first half. Cooper Frederick went out in the second quarter with, which looked like a lower right leg injury, but he was able to get back on the field, and he's probably a little sore, as I believe his dad said in that halftime interview. But we'll see how it goes in this second half. We've got about 6:20 to go. Again, the winner moves on to Laramie and plays Pine Bluffs Saturday, a week from today at 1 p.m. for a 1A 9-man state championship. On the other side, we've got Trumpler, 15 carries for 40 yards. He does have that touchdown run and 2 2-point conversions in the first half. Cannon Campbell with that 20-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown in the first half. So more of a defensive struggle than we thought we'd have, but a 16-0 lead for the Shoshoni Wranglers. We'll take a break. We'll be back. This is the Central Wyoming College halftime show in the 1A 9-man state semifinal.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back as the Central Wyoming College halftime show winds down. Central Wyoming College, great place to get an education right in your backyard. We've got about a minute and 45 seconds to go here in the halftime. Wind River back out, and I know they'd like to correct some of the mistakes they made in the first half. It was 2 turnovers that led to touchdowns, a Cannon Campbell 20-yard fumble recovery and a fumble that led to a 5-yard Peyton Trumpler touchdown run. They went for 2 twice in the first half. Shoshoni has passes. 1 for 2 is Alex Mills. One was a beautiful shot to the big man, Jackson Stanley, which kept the Shoshoni drive going early in the second quarter. They've got now 4:15 on the clock as we wind down in the halftime show. They always put 3 minutes back on, and I should have remembered that. Shoshoni 16, Wind River 0, and the big news out of the first half for Wind River, it looks like Cooper Frederick's all right. He did get some carries in that second quarter after he went down. He had 65 yards rushing in the first quarter and 15 yards rushing in the second quarter. But the good news, Cooper Frederick back playing on both sides of the ball after what looked like could have been an injury to his calf or Achilles tendon, somewhere in that area in that second quarter. And the crowd got quiet as the Wind River Star went down with that injury.
Yeah, and, you know, it's very lucky that he's back, especially because they need him in the second half. We saw what they could do without him, and that was a 26-yard run by Calder Johnson. Of course, it came after a 3-yard loss when they stuffed him up the middle, but Calder Johnson is not the same type of runner that Cooper Frederick is. Cooper Frederick can get on the outside, and his speed, it's not the same as J.C. Herbert. They're definitely missing the speed with Herbert, but Calder Johnson, a big, burly boy, a fullback that can run the ball pretty heavily, but he just doesn't have that speed. It's never going to be the same. It's going to be a different-looking offense. As far as Shoshoni goes, it's, of course, the Peyton Trumpler show, and they have that dual-threat backfield with him and Cannon Campbell, and it really is, I mean, just pick and choose the flavor. Do it. We've seen them do it. So the Wind River defense has their hands full.
Trumpler 15 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Frederick 22 carries for 80 yards and those 2 fumbles. Calder Johnson 3 carries for 29 yards. Carter Fowler 0 for 1 passing the ball. On the other side, Alex Mills 1 for 3 for 30 yards. So we're about ready to go. The wind is still pretty intense out of the northwest, and it's a warm day. We've been lucky here in the state semifinal as we sit out here on this patio calling the game. Temperature at game time was 50 degrees, and it's probably still right around 50, but the wind chill probably nipping down into the low 40s here as you see a lot of people wearing coats and hoods, at least on this side of the field. On the Wind River side, They're just looking into the wind and getting wind blown, kind of like when you're ice fishing out on Ocean Lake in the middle of the winter. So we're getting ready, a minute and a half to go before we kick this thing off. And the second half coming up in the 1A 9-man semifinal. This has been the Central Wyoming College Halftime Show on KWYW. We're back after a break.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like AP better.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back as Shoshoni's going to receive this second half kickoff. Is that right? Well, they haven't brought the tee out yet. Yes, it will be Shoshoni receiving the second half kickoff. Was looking for some college football scores. We'll try to get them. It was Minnesota beating Nebraska today, 13-10.
Dang, Nebraska was up a little bit earlier.
They were up 10-0 in the ball game. Right now in the second quarter, 4:52 to play. First half, it's Georgia 21, Tennessee 6. So things a little calmer over towards St. Stephen's today. Michigan State 9, Illinois 7.
Minnesota won 20-13.
20-13.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
but
though.
Minnesota did win. Penn State over Indiana 21-7. We'll get some more. They're going to have to hold the ball maybe on the tee, but Wind River will kick it off. It'll be Keziah Jones kicking off for the first time today. He'll have the wind at his back. It'll be a high kick that goes out of bounds, and we'll get a penalty thrown or a flag thrown on the play.
Baylor and Oklahoma, that's a great game.
Halftime score, Baylor 24 and Oklahoma 21. See if we can get some more scores coming in. That big game, the anticipated game between number 1 and number 2. In my opinion, it's Tennessee's lone chance at making that Final Four. They've got to beat Georgia today, and still a lot of football to be played. 34-24 final score. TCU wins today over Texas Tech. Here's the first score, or first run of the game. Cannon Campbell taken down after a short gain, about 4 yards for Cannon Campbell. Good hit that time by the Wind River Cougars.
Number 1, that was Carter Fowler that made that hit. That was a great hit.
And nice. He hit him low, and that's what you have to do when you're a little guy. 2nd and 6 for Shoshoni. That kick by Jones went out of bounds, and it was so the drive for Shoshoni begins on the 35. Here's a handoff. Big hole for Peyton Trumpler. He's out over the 50, down to the 45, and again, Carter Fowler making that tackle, but a big gain of 10, 15, 16, 17 yards on second down by Peyton Trumpler.
And that was open on the left side of the line because everyone followed the fake handoff to Cannon Campbell on the right. And Wind River's defense only had 2 guys that could even stop Peyton. They're lucky they were able to in the first place.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Wind River. Here's another run by Trumpler. Big hole. He's through the second level and wrestled down at the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 on the play after a gain of 17 for Trumpler.
Wow, those are both his longest runs by far of the day. Wind River, you'd think
Wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Sorry, on the 40-yard line. 8:41 to play. Wind River needs a drive. They need to get something positive going. They've had two good drives in the game, but been stopped on fourth down inside the Shoshoni 10. Here's Fowler under center. Frederick stops, cuts back. Lenan gets him for a second, but then he'll break a tackle. And finally coming up with the tackle for Shoshoni is Alex Mills. Gain of 6 on the play for Cooper Frederick.
And we have, for those just joining us, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty coming out of that last timeout with our audio. So if you can hear us now, that's great. It is 24-0 Wranglers, and Wind River is driving right now. They're at the 42-yard line of Shoshoni, 2nd and 4.
Under center, Carter Fowler. He'll hand off right side to Cooper Frederick. Frederick out near a first down. He'll be tripped up right at the 40. So it's going to be 3rd down and a long one for this Wind River Cougars team, trying to move the ball on this Shoshoni defense dominated by seniors.
Yeah, this Shoshoni defense is going to look a lot different next year. Same with their offense. This is one of those teams where they obviously won state championship last year. They're looking for that back-to-back state championship for more than one reason. This is their last go at it.
3rd and 2 for Wind River. Fowler under center. He'll hand off. Nope, he'll fade out to pass. And he's going to be taken down after a short loss, maybe a half-yard loss by Carter Fowler. So another 4th down coming up. A big 4th down for the Wind River Cougars, trailing here halfway through the 3rd quarter. 24-0.
And I know that the interview I had with Coach Frederick before halftime was a little windy, but we talked about the 4th down conversions, how they're 0 for 2 right now, and how that speaks to the score in the game. I wonder what they talked about, maybe their plans on 4th down if they had to go for it again, because their first 2 did not do, they got 1 yard and 0 yards on their last 2 4th down conversion attempts.
4th and a long 2 just outside the 40-yard line. Fowler under center. He'll hand off right side to Cooper Frederick. He's hit in the backfield and taken down by Cannon Campbell, Dom Jarvis, and Peyton Trumpler. And the drive stalls out at the 42-yard line. And again, you could telegraph that. You knew what was coming.
Exactly.
By the Wind River offense. 1st down, Shoshoni at its own 42.
And that's just, I mean, the defense doesn't even need to guess. The way they're lining up, they know that Cooper Frederick's going to get the ball. It just all depends on is he going left or going right. They have yet to try anything new.
6:21 to play, 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st down by Shoshoni and a quick run. And we knew what was coming. It's Peyton Trumpler with a gain of 7 on 1st down. So 2nd down and a long, it's going to be 3 yards. But this Wind River defense has done a nice job all day. Wind River offense has done a nice job all day, but they've been stopped 3 times now on 4th down by the Shoshoni defense.
That's the name of the game right now for Shoshoni. Just keep stopping them on 4th downs.
5:49 to play. Mills in the short gun. He'll hand off left side to Cannon Campbell. Led around the end by Peyton Trumpler, and it's going to be the tackle right at the 1st down marker. Believe it is going to be a 1st down for the Shoshoni Wranglers, just inside the 48-yard line of Wind River on a nice spot.
My wife was saying it looks like Kansas again because we got tumbleweeds rolling right across the field. Right in the field of play, we just had 2 big tumbleweeds come around. Looks like an old Clint Eastwood movie.
I'm looking for the yellow brick road here, but I haven't seen it. 1st down and 10 for Shoshoni inside the 48. Here's Alex Mills. He'll keep the ball, looking to possibly
what a
pitch
tackle.
it. And then Tucker Jensen comes in, but Alex Mills on a big run of 15 yards. 1st down and 10 for Shoshoni. Mills went in the option, and they went with the running back, Trumpler. Mills was able to cut inside where he'll gain all the way down to the Wind River 31.
Yeah, that was a great run by Alex Mills, and they are very lucky, Wind River is, that he was tackled the way that he was at the end, because that was just open space in front of him. That would have been a 50-yard touchdown.
Shoshoni looking to put away this game in the 3rd quarter, leading 24-0, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Peyton Trumpler following his blockers around the right side, where he'll be taken down at the 26-yard line, gain of 3, or it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that was about the sticks were a little wrong. They pulled them where they were. That was about a 5-yard gain, and Peyton is known for getting those little 5-yard bursts. And now this is where Shoshoni really thrives. 2nd and 5, you don't know if they're going to throw the ball. You don't know if they're going to run the ball. Granted, they've only attempted 3 throws, but this is where they like to open up the playbook.
2nd and 5 at the 26 of Wind River. Mills in the short gun, 2 receivers left, and Mills will fade to pass. He throws it long over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, and they're going to say pass interference on Wind River, and I don't think so. I think Jackson Stanley tripped over the grass and fell down, or maybe tripped over the goal line.
Well, it can't be
and
pass
fell
interference.
down on the play. They're going to say pass interference, I believe, on Wind River. They do.
Wow. Well, they were looking. They were both looking up at the ball, and I think you're right. I think Jackson just kind of tripped, and that was right in the hands of 15, Aiden Ruby. He had the interception if he wanted it because Jackson Stanley fell down. I didn't see any contact there.
Well, I don't believe there was enough, but it takes the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Shoshoni after that pass interference call on Aiden Ruby. 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Mills in the short gun, and we'll get a timeout called by Coach Rod Frederick of Wind River. Nope, they're going to say sideline penalty. He's going to say that's going to be the first warning on Wind River, I believe.
Coach Frederick is not happy with the call right there. He's yelling at the ref from the sideline.
So first warning, they get a penalty on the second time as the white hat said get back, and they did not. Here's Trumpler over the right side. He'll burst inside the 5, where he'll be taken down on the play by the Cougar, Carter Fowler on the tackle for the Cougars. 3:49 and counting here in this third quarter, and now 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line of Wind River. So Shoshoni coming up, looking to possibly put this game away, already leading by 3 touchdowns. Here's the handoff to Trumpler inside the 5.
That was a hit and a half right there.
Yeah, he was pulling one defender along, Cooper Frederick, and then got hit from the blind side.
78, man. He just came up and
that's Tucker Jensen on the hit.
Put his whole chest into Peyton Trumpler's face.
3rd and a yard for Shoshoni at the 2. Here's the quarterback sneak by Alex. No, it's Peyton Trumpler, excuse me.
Direct snap,
and he's going to be taken down inside the 1. Looks like at about the 6-inch line.
And it's 4th down.
I believe it'll be a 1st down and goal now for Shoshoni.
That is
inside
a generous spot.
The 1.
That's a generous spot right there. And you're right, this is on the 6-inch line. They have 4 downs to get it. And I know there's 3 minutes left in the third quarter, but Wind River's going to feel deflated if this goes in.
And we're going to get a touchdown on the Wildcat play. It's Peyton Trumpler scoring from 1. 30-0 as the cannon goes off now for the 4th time in this ball game. And Shoshoni likely to go for 2. We'll see if they let Dom kick it or if Mills goes for 2. I believe they're going to go for 2. It's 30-0 on that 1-yard touchdown run by Peyton Trumpler.
And yeah, they definitely are going for 2. This is their rivals, and even though Dom Jarvis is very, very accurate and he's a great kicker, even with the wind, they just want to keep this game and they want to keep their feet on the throat of Wind River.
Mills will line up a stacked eye. Cannon Campbell with the carry. It's good.
Good fake right there.
32-0 following the Cannon Campbell 2-point run. We'll be right back. This is Shoshoni football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and Dubois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back, Shoshoni High School. We've got Kansas tumbleweeds everywhere. I don't know why we're talking about Kansas so much, but
we love Kansas here.
We've got, to my left here, we've got a guy that roots for Kansas State and Kansas. Apparently he went to school at both places, so he's conflicted 2 ways by the Jayhawks and Kansas State. And it's really hard for me to understand how you can have split allegiance between 2 rivals.
Hey, Kirk Baxter's listening too. He's a KU fan as well.
Yeah, but he's not a KSU fan. Here's the kick by Jarvis, picked up by Carter Fowler inside the 15, and he'll be taken down hard on the play. That tackle by Quentin Clark. And also 88 is Wyatt Edis, a junior for this Wranglers team on special teams with that tackle. So 1st and 10 for Wind River at the 18-yard line.
if you are Wind River and you just see Carter Fowler pick up that ball on the kick return, the way he got up, he's been grabbing his right shin ever since. You do not want your backup quarterback to be hurt right now. Not that the ball's going to anyone other than Cooper Frederick really right now. It is just that's not what you wanted to see. Make sure he's okay here.
Wranglers angling for a shutout here in the 2A or 1A 9-man semifinal. 2:42 to play. Fowler under center. Cooper Frederick will get the handoff right into the middle of the Shoshoni defense, and it'll be a short gain of 2 yards for Cooper Frederick.
You want to take a wild guess at how many carries Cooper Frederick has after his 61 carries last week?
He's got to be about 30 in the game, I would think.
He is at 27, even after being injured for half of that second quarter.
Yeah, he is the Wind River offense.
He is right now without J.C. Herbert and Chris Burke. And
Carter Fowler's only attempted 2 passes, I believe, in the game.
1, actually.
1. 2:07 to play, third quarter. 2 receivers left. Fowler under center. He'll hand off left side Frederick. Flag comes in from the left side, and it nearly takes out
2
Kellen
flags
Lenin.
now.
And Frederick going to be taken down on the play by Dom Jarvis.
Definitely a face mask taking Cooper down. I wonder what the first flag is going to be.
I believe a false start. That came in early. And then we did get possibly a face mask on about the 22-yard line. So personal foul, face mask. They will, unfortunately, the false start and the personal foul will cancel each other out, and we'll play second down all over again.
Yeah, they're second down and 8. Carter Fowler would have gotten about 5 yards on that, plus the face mask, and that chop block is what's going to keep them on second down and 8 here. Look at that giant tumbleweed at the 50-yard line. It's funny how big they are.
It's not a perfect tumbleweed.
No,
but
it is not.
It's a big one.
And you can see they're just filling the trash cans around here with them. They got kids picking up tumbleweeds on the sidelines just to throw them in the garbage.
143, Fowler under center. Here's Calder Johnson. He'll get the handoff. And a Wind River first down and another flag on the play. It's going to be a holding call on Wind River.
Man, they're just stepping on their own feet here.
Cougars getting pretty frustrated as Carter Fowler drops to his knees and pounds on the Shoshoni turf in disgust. So that'll back them up after Calder Johnson with about a 10-yard run. Initially, it was a Wind River first down.
Definitely. That is very disheartening to Wind River fans because that was probably the first great run so far this second half for them.
What do you got for penalties in this game on Wind River?
I'm putting them on right now. It's a 10-yard penalty.
Yep, that'll be it'll move them back 10 yards. So second down and 18 for Wind River.
50 yards on 5 penalties, 3 on 1 for Shoshoni. So penalties are definitely stacking up against Wind River right now.
Right at the 10-yard line. Cougars, second and 18. Fowler under center. 2 receivers left for the Cougars. Fowler will hand off to Calder Johnson, and he'll be taken down by a pair of Shoshoni tacklers. Tucker Maddock on that play along with Clinton Clark making the tackles for Shoshoni. And now it'll be 3rd and 16 after a gain of 2 for Cooper Frederick. I'm sorry, Calder Johnson.
Yeah, Calder Johnson, like we said earlier, he doesn't have the speed that Cooper or Carter Fowler does, but he's a burly runner. He's a big fullback that could be used as a tight end or even an offensive lineman. He's just that big. They need to find a way to get him into a better running position right there than just run into 3 Shoshoni defenders.
30 seconds to play, third quarter. Fowler under center, 2 receivers in the set. Fowler's going to fade to his left, pass it deep down the side, over the head. That time of Caden Jones, incomplete. Coverage that time by Alex Mills.
And, you know, I don't know if that was miscommunication or if Carter Fowler just put a little extra mustard on it, but he would have had a good pass there. He had some separation on Alex Mills, and now they're bringing in their small, speedy guys, and they're taking out Calder and
Tucker Jensen. It was not miscommunication. He just overthrew the receiver on that play. It was a good-looking play, but when you only throw a couple times in the game, you can't expect your arm to be perfect.
He only threw 3 times last week. Obviously, Cooper getting 61 carries.
Keziah Jones back to punt the ball for Wind River. He's a good punter.
Ooh.
This time a perfect spiral about 10 feet above the ground. It's going to go dead inside Shoshoni territory at the 44. So decent punt of about 43 yards on the play for Keziah Jones. And it'll be a first down for Shoshoni with 12.2 seconds to play. We'll take a break. Shoshoni 32, Wind River 0.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back. 12.2 seconds to play. We did have a penalty on the play, and it's going to back up Shoshoni, I believe 10 or 15 yards.
Coach Trump was just putting his arms up.
30-yard line. Actually, it'll be first and 10 at the 29-yard line after that 15-yard penalty on the Wranglers. So first and 10 at their own 29.
And now they got to find a way to just keep this ball as long as they can. 32 points is hard to get in one quarter, but if they can hold this ball for as long as they have in the last couple of series, they can do a lot of damage with the clock.
Carl Cody down on the sidelines. Here's a quick pitch and a handoff. Right side, Peyton Trumpler. He's going to make it out over the 45 to the 47. It'll be a 17-yard run. That was a surprise snap. And Alex Mills goes up and talks things over with center Corbin DeWitt because that hit Alex in the gut, and he put his hands out and immediately handed it off to Trumpler. So it went from a busted play to a 17-yard run on the final play of the third quarter. We've played 3 quarters. Shoshoni in a shutout, beating Wind River 32-0. We'll be back. This is state semifinal action on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back with the Dallas Cowboy fan, Sean O'Brate. 3 quarters in the books, 32-0 game, and you know, I don't know what I expected in this game. I was hoping that it would be a better game than it is, but it's been a decent game. Wind River's moved the football, and Shoshoni's taken advantage of a pair of turnovers, and then they've had 2 good drives in this second half. So Shoshoni football as we open the fourth quarter of play, leading 32-0.
Yeah, and you know, you say 2 turnovers. If in reality, though, they have 5 because they have 3 separate turnover on downs, 2 in the second quarter, 1 in the third quarter. That's going to be Wind River getting in their own way.
They've stopped him 3 times on fourth down. Here's a handoff to Cannon Campbell. He's in the open. Third brick and tackle. First down and out to the 40-yard line. He's into Wind River territory. Great run by Cannon Campbell. A lot of individual effort on that play all the way down to Wind River's 41.
Yeah, that was a great play. He broke 1 tackle kind of on the line of scrimmage, and then he bolted out into the secondary on the left side of the field, and he ran through number 10, Cooper Frederick. It was too easy for him to get over him with his size and his strength, and then he got tackled in that final secondary player there.
13-yard run by Cannon Campbell. First and 10 at the 41. Mills in the short gun. 1 receiver left, Trey Fike. Here's Mills. He'll hand off right side to Dominic Jarvis. Jarvis is going to get the edge. He's inside the 30, inside the 20, the 10. He's going to go. Touchdown, Wranglers.
Wow.
41-yard run by Dominic Jarvis. That was unexpected. They were looking for Peyton Trumpler, and Dom Jarvis rumbled and stumbled his way 41 yards for a Wranglers touchdown.
He was almost untouched. The Wind River defender at the last second tried to put a hand on him, and he just stuck his arm out, stiff-armed him into the ground there. What do you know? Dom Jarvis.
38-0 as Shoshoni now going to go for 2. And what a game by the Shoshoni Wranglers in front of a happy group, a happy full house. Here's the 2-point conversion, and they'll get it. It's good. Cannon Campbell will run it in. Shoshoni, 11:13 to play. Shoshoni Wranglers, 40. Wind River, 0. Wow. That's dope.
Jay Collins here, and I want to wish all the Fremont County athletes good luck this year. Stop down at Fremont Chevy to talk sports and let me help you purchase your next vehicle. Jay Collins, your local sales professional at Fremont Chevy Buick GMC, 307-349-7846.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness.
Oh, sorry about that.
Welcome back. 11:13 to play, and we do have a volleyball score in from the state tournament. Here's Sean O'Brate.
Yeah, Shoshoni was playing on the final day out in Casper. They lost to Tongue River today, so now it is Tongue River versus Rocky Mountain for 3rd place. That means Shoshoni didn't get top 3, but hey, that's still a great season under first-year head coach Christina Mills, mother of Alex Mills, and wife to offensive coordinator Max Mills down there. Just a very athletic family.
Carter Fowler will get that kickoff with 11:13 to play, and he'll be tackled out at the, looks like the 16-yard line, 17-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Wind River at their own 17.
And happy National Bison Day, Wyoming. I just saw that.
That's right.
It's the state animal, I believe, here.
And a misunderstood petting zoo animal by many tourists. Here's Carter Fowler under center. He'll hand off right side to Frederick. Good Hulk. Cooper Frederick going to gain 7 yards out near the 25-yard line on 1st down. 2nd and 3. We'll see if we can get some scores in from around Wyoming.
I can look some of those up as Cooper Frederick got 8 yards there. They gave him a nice spot as he ran out of bounds. I thought maybe around the 6-yard line gain there, and gave him 8 up to the 25.
Shoshoni leads this one 40-0. In case you haven't been listening, it's been a big third quarter performance by the Shoshoni Wranglers, as now we're in the 4th. Here's Frederick around the left side. Nice cut.
Oh, look at that.
And he's up near the 34-yard line where he'll be taken down hard by Alex Mills. Also, Kellen Lenan in on that tackle. And I apologize to the Lenan family. I've been calling the older brother Dalton Lennon for years, and now Kellen Lenan with the big tackle for the Wranglers. It'll be ripped. 1st and 10 by Wind River at the 34-yard line.
You got ripped as soon as we got here for mispronouncing Lenan's name. I just got here, and I'm like, wow, I don't know who this is, but she's yelling at him.
Not really ripped, but she likes to tease me a little. Here's Cooper Frederick on 1st down. He'll gain 3, where he'll be taken down by Dom Jarvis. Jarvis, the leading tackler in the state in 1A 9-man football.
And, you know, this series is tied all time. You said it earlier at the beginning of the game, 29-29. I think it's pretty obvious Shoshoni here is going to make it 30-29. That just gives these Wind River kids, they're a young group of kids. They have some seniors and some juniors there that have seen this Shoshoni team and seen them beat them a lot in the last 2 years, but they're going to have a fire under them next year.
This will be a much different Shoshoni team next year. 2nd and 8. Here's Fowler. He'll fake the handoff, take around the right side, and again, Jackson Stanley getting in the backfield and tripping up Fowler after a little nifty run by the quarterback.
That was like a bootleg. He just ran around to the corner. He had a lot of open space, but Jackson Stanley, we've said his name a couple of times, he's an excellent tackler, and he has some speed.
Stanley's been in the backfield all afternoon. 3rd and 6 for Wind River at the 38-yard line.
In that spot there, yeah.
If there's going to be a traffic jam after this game, that'll be fun to watch here in Shoshoni. Fowler under center. Full house backfield, handoff left side, Cooper Frederick. He's over the 45 and taken down, but he'll have a first down. Peyton Trumpler, Dom Jarvis, Trey Fike in on that tackle for the Wranglers up to the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Wind River. 8:20 to play in this ball game, and Shoshoni, in all likelihood, as you said earlier, has punched its ticket to the state championship game.
Be a good game against Pine Bluffs next week. Can't wait.
Pine Bluffs, who beat Rocky Mountain yesterday 35-32. Here's Fowler under center. He'll hand off right side to Cooper Frederick. A big hole for Frederick, and he's going to carry tacklers. Alex Mills inside for a gain of 12, and it's inside Shoshoni territory. Fike in on that tackle too, but again, another big run by Cooper Frederick.
And I really liked Cooper Frederick there in the middle of being dragging one tackler off the line and heading into the secondary. He switched hands. Even though he had that fumble earlier, he's not letting it affect him. He switched hands right in the middle of 2 or 3 different defenders.
Frederick well over 100 yards in this game. Here's Fowler. He'll hand off right side to Frederick again. And Frederick works his way out, and he's going to gain nearly 10 again. Looked like he was going to be held, but Cannon Campbell forced to wrestle him down on the 35 of Shoshoni. Gain of 7 again for Cooper Frederick.
Yeah, they gave him a nice spot there. It looks like about 8. And I think, honestly, Cooper Frederick, he's just saying, give me the ball. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down. I'm going to get this score if I can, and he's going to take this team on his back like he did last week.
Frederick likely to pass Peyton Trumpler into number 2 in state rushing after this game. Here's the handoff left side to Frederick. And Frederick will be taken down on the 31-yard line. That tackle by Trey Fike after the short gain, but it'll be another Wind River first down.
I think that's the first time we've even called Trey Fike's name.
Yeah, he was in on the last tackle too, but 6:52 to play in this one. Wranglers leading it 40-0.
Yeah, especially on offense. Fike's been targeted twice, but those have been Alex Mills' 2 missed passes out of his 3.
It's likely Shoshoni's going to have to complete some passes next week.
Definitely.
Here's Fowler under center, full house backfield behind him. And Frederick up the middle is going to be grabbed and taken down on the play. This tackle by Dom Jarvis.
Kind of ran into his own guy there at the very beginning and tried to get around him, and that's when he ran into Dom.
2nd and 9 after the short gain of 1 by Cooper Frederick. Frederick's got to be getting up in that mid-30s range for carries.
He is at 35.
6:05 to play. 2nd and 9 for Wind River at the Shoshoni 29. Fowler under center. He'll come right side, take it inside. Good run by Carter Fowler. He's going to have
real good run.
A first down as they stop the clock, and those chains will move again for Wind River. First down for the Cougars.
And, you know, we were talking about how good Jackson Stanley was. He was so far into the backfield, ready to see Cooper Frederick get the pitch from the option there, that Carter Fowler was able to run right past. He was already ran past Jackson Stanley before he decided to actually take the ball and go. That's how big Jackson's getting in the backfield.
This Wind River drive started at their own 17-yard line. Fowler under center, 1st and 10. Handoff right side, Cooper Frederick. Following Calder Johnson for a gain of right at 7 yards again on first down. So this running game working well for the Cougars on this drive.
Just working a little bit too late, and this is something that they've needed. And we've talked about it all day. They've just been getting in their own way with 50 yards of penalties and 5 total turnovers, including 3 fourth-down conversions that did not go their way.
Gain of 5 on first down for Wind River. 2nd down and 5. Been going to talk about this towel that Fowler has hanging out the back end. It's got some sort of red figures all over the towel. Here's the handoff left side by Cooper Frederick.
We fumbled the ball.
He's going to get hit by Jackson Stanley. They're going to say it's a fumble picked up by Quentin Clark. It looked like Frederick might have been on his knee, but the ball squirts out, and it'll be another turnover, the 3rd of this ball game officially for the Wind River Cougars. 1st down for Shoshoni.
And, that's just something that's been happening. They've had these long drives all day, and then something, one or another, will stop them, and 9 times out of 10, it's been them.
Jackson Stanley actually got a hand in, I believe, and that ball out on Cooper Frederick. Again in the backfield all day, the big man. Dalton Lennon with that left-handed hike to Alex Mills. And the run, actually that was Corbin DeWitt, the center. He's got a big cast on his right hand, and I wonder if DeWitt has had to switch to hiking the football with his left hand after he looks like he broke a bone a few games back. So that gain of 3 on the run by Peyton Trumpler. It'll be 2nd and 7. Right at the 15-yard line for Shoshoni. 4:09 to play as Alex Mills in the short gun. Fike left, handoff, a pitch right side to Cannon Campbell. He'll lose it. Wind River's going to cover it. Calder Johnson with the recovery. Wind River football at 4:01 to play. A turnover by Shoshoni.
And he was even prepared for it. It's not like Alex Mills threw it out of nowhere. That was the play call, and I don't know what happened through Cannon's hands. He just dropped it, and since it was going backwards, that's Wind River ball.
So Wind River recovers a fumble, 1st turnover of the day on Shoshoni, and one of the keys that Tony Trumpler talked about, limiting those turnovers, and they've managed to do that for most of the day. Here's Fowler back under center, handoff right side to Cooper Frederick. He's got a little hole. He'll be inside the 5 on that run.
Wow.
A gain of 11 yards on 1st down for Cooper Frederick. Tackle on the play.
They
Cannon
dropped him.
Campbell, also Tucker Maddock and Quentin Clark for Shoshoni.
They dropped him right before, they put that ball right before the 1st down marker. So a gain of 9, but man, that was a weird spot because he was being dragged down right behind that line. But
2nd and 1 for Wind River. Right at the 5 of Shoshoni. Let's see if they can cash in and get that goose egg off the scoreboard. Here's Frederick up the middle, left side. He'll dive inside the 2 and go down at about the 2-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for Wind River with 3:16 to play. That's carry number 40 in the ball game.
He has 101 carries through the last 2 games. That is insanity.
It is. You got to add those numbers up.
I will here shortly. It's about 3 minutes
Can't
left to
you
go
do
in the
it
game.
now?
I can't. Let's make
40
my wife
carries.
the mathematician do it.
Short math. Timeout Wind River, 3:01 to play. Shoshoni 40, Wind River 0. We'll be back.
For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back, 3:01 to play as the turnover on Shoshone results in a short drive for Wind River, and now they've got 1st and goal inside the 5. The outcome is not in doubt as the Shoshoni Wranglers lead this one 40-0. They will be taking on the Pine Bluffs Hornets, which is a rematch of Game 1 of this 2022 season. It's going to be a blast to be at War Memorial Stadium next Saturday at 1. Sean O'Brate and I will be there for the state championship call. 1st and goal, here's Carter Fowler, and we get a flag call thrown, and they're going to say offsides, dead ball offsides on Shoshone, so it will go half the distance to the goal. Unofficially for Wind River's Cooper Frederick, 40 carries today for 172 yards. That will pass and put him second in the state rushing as he passes Peyton Trumpler today, but no doubt Trumpler will probably get that second slot back next week. Here's the handoff right side, Cooper Frederick. Touchdown, Wind River on the 1-yard run by Cooper Frederick with 2:56 to play. So they'll take advantage of that fumble by Shoshoni and convert it to points, and it's 40-6.
And, I mean, at least they got the goose egg off the table there, and that's something that they definitely were hoping to get done earlier in this half. But, hey, better late than never. You know, you're going to go home. Luckily, home is not a 2.5-hour drive like some of our rides so far this year. It's only 20, 30 minutes down the road here.
And this loss, again, will sting. It's the second straight state semifinal loss here at Shoshoni for the Wind River Cougars in this Fremont County rivalry game. So Fowler under center. They'll go for 2. They'll hand off left side. Frederick's going to pass it, and it's going to be knocked away. That ball just hung up in the wind as that pass intended for T.J. Halleck, who had declared himself an eligible tight end. So with 2:56 to play, a short drive for Wind River, but it's Shoshoni 40, the Cougars 6. We'll be back. This is state semi today at YouTube.
I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
2:56 to play in this game, and beautiful day for football. I was worried it was going to be very cold today, but I brought the big down coat and haven't needed it. At kickoff, it was 50 degrees, and it's still about 50.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten any warmer or colder, even with the clouds.
Winds have remained steady all day out of the northwest. Snowing in Dubois, but sunny and partially blue sky here. And it'll be Wind River kicking off the ball, undoubtedly an onside attempt by Keziah Jones with 2:56 to play, trailing 40-6. So Jones will tee it up. Looks like he's going to kick it to the right side, and he'll kick it deep. And unfortunately, it's a offsides on Wind River, and they'll have to re-kick it.
How many penalties can they get before the final 3 minutes is over? Let's see.
So offsides on Wind River, and
illegal formation.
They stacked it on one side, didn't they? Because you've got to have the same number of players on each side of the kicker, and that time they stacked it, and that ends up as a 5-yard penalty on the Cougars and a re-kick. So illegal formation on a kickoff, and that is a new rule out in the last couple years where you've got to it's for player safety. They used to stack, usually put one player on one side and 8 on the other, but now you've got to have an even number even if you're doing an onside kick. So Keziah Jones will tee it up again, this time at the 35-yard line. He's got a great leg. And he's got Georgia 24, Tennessee 6. And I can't see how much time's left, but Peyton Trumpler will pick up the kickoff and take it out near the 30-yard line. And we've got a Cougar down holding his left wrist. That is Aiden Ruby.
That's not good.
And he's in quite a bit of pain, maybe holding his right wrist. He may have broke a bone on that play. We'll see with 2:50 to play. Shoshoni football.
Ooh, yeah, his hand, he's not able to move his hand over there. And, that's it's got to be a painful. He's thrown his helmet on the ground. He's in a lot of pain. And they're going to flag him for throwing the and that might be, 10 yards? That's a 10-yard penalty?
That'll be a 15-yard unsportsmanlike call. in the game of the day in college football. Number 1 Georgia 24, Tennessee 6. It's Michigan State 16 over number 14 Illinois 7. It's going to be Shoshoni football out to the 44-yard line on the unsportsmanlike call on Aiden Ruby. He hurt himself and he's frustrated and pitched his helmet toward the track on the far side of the field, and that'll give Shoshoni 1st and 10 at their own 44 with 2:50 to play. Here's Mills. He'll turn around, hand it for Peyton Trumpler, and he'll be tackled right at the 50 for a gain of 6. Trumpler, many Shoshoni seniors playing their final home game here. And we'll go down the list. Trey Fike, Cannon Campbell, Alex Mills, Julian Caballo, Dom Jarvis, Tucker Maddock, Peyton Trumpler, Theo Litz, Kellen Lenan, Corbin DeWitt, and Jackson Stanley playing their final home games today for the Shoshoni Wranglers in this game.
Did you hear that, Cody?
I did not.
They are calling for an ambulance for Aiden Ruby over there.
2nd and 4. Handoff left side to Cannon Campbell.
Ooh. And
he'll be taken down by Carter Fowler, who got a hold of his leg from behind. Short gain for Cannon Campbell, and Aiden Ruby, he did something to his right arm, and as he left the field, he threw his helmet, and he was just frustrated that time by that injury, which he probably looked at his hand and it didn't look right.
Well, and you know the pain tolerance of a bull rider is pretty high, so for him to be in that much pain to throw his helmet, that's got to be pretty difficult. They're going to walk him over to the ambulance, I believe.
So 1:27 to play, 3rd and 4 for Shoshoni, just inside Wind River territory. Handoff right side to Peyton Trumpler, and he'll have a 1st down for Shoshoni, and that'll likely do it as Cooper Frederick makes the tackle. One All-State running back to the other there, and Trumpler gets the 1st down, and we're nearly at a minute to play.
Victory formation look likely incoming here.
Shoshoni Wranglers, they're going to punch their ticket, and it'll be a celebration all over eastern Fremont County tonight as Shoshoni is going to get a chance to defend their state championship here at Shoshoni High School. It is victory formation. Mills will take a knee. He does just that, and that's likely going to do it. We're inside 40 seconds, and everybody here, void of the Wind River fans, are cheering at Shoshoni High School. Mills will take a knee one more time. He does, and that'll do it. Congratulations to both of these teams, but the winner today, Shoshoni 40 and Wind River 6. The Shoshoni Wranglers have a chance to go back to Jonah Field at War Memorial Stadium next Saturday and defend their state championship. They'll take on the Pine Bluffs Hornets Saturday at 1 o'clock in Laramie. Congratulations to Coach Tony Trumpler and the Shoshoni Wranglers, and also congratulations to Coach Rod Frederick and the Wind River Cougars, who finished this season at 7-3, and they have nothing to hold their heads about. Outstanding season for the Cougars here in Fremont County football this year. The Wind River Cougars, Shoshoni Wranglers duke it out. We'll be back with the on KWYW.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming. Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Community Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Dubois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Welcome back. Final score in this game, Shoshoni wins it 40-6, and it was those two first scores that were big for this Shoshoni team as it came off turnovers. They took an 8-0 lead with 8:03 to play on a 5-yard run by Peyton Trumpler after a fumble. And then on the very next Wind River drive, it was Cannon Campbell returning the ball 20 yards on a fumble return at the 7-minute mark to give Shoshoni a 16-0 lead. They would then go up 24-0 later on a scoring run by Cannon Campbell, a 29-yard touchdown run. Then Cannon Campbell would score a 2-point conversion after a 1-yard run by Trumpler to give him a 32-0 lead. Dom Jarvis would then roll 41 yards for a score to give Shoshoni a 38-0 lead. Campbell's 2-point run made the final score 40-0. And then a late touchdown by Frederick made the final score 40-6. We're going to get Max Mills joining us here, and Coach Mills, you guys, congratulations first.
Thank you.
Making a second straight trip. It's a long road to get back to a state championship. It's a hard road because in the second year you don't sneak up on anyone.
Big target on your back, and every week you win, that target gets bigger and bigger, and everybody tries to give you their very best.
I think the population of Shoshoni was somewhere around 1,500 today. There was a large used car lot here at Shoshoni High School today.
Yeah, so I got here about 9 o'clock today, and by 10 a.m. there were already about a dozen vehicles parked up on the hill over there. So people were definitely anticipating this and wanted to be here for this, and they showed up early.
Offensively today, Coach, you guys had that strong northwest wind to deal with all day, and you kind of made the decision, we're going to run the football.
We did, and we knew all week coming in that it was going to be difficult passing conditions. We definitely worked on some other shorter passing routes and didn't need to get to those formations. Our O-line did a fantastic Peyton and Cannon and Dom and Alex on the options.
My favorite passing play you guys put in is sending your 6'6", 300-pound tight end who, that in the next target like that.
It is, and Alex loves throwing to him, and it's kind of crazy. You'll hear coaches on the opposing sideline about you got to know where 99 is, you got to see him, and they always forget about him. We get him free a couple times a game.
Let's talk about the big guys that make things happen for your running backs and your quarterback. Your offensive line is top-notch.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do.